Okay, everybody, welcome to the Learning Saturdays. Today we are uh, getting trained on value engineering, and we're really thankful to Mr. BC Mondol to take us through the concepts of value engineering. And today we are going to learn what is value engineering, how do you do it, and what are the steps of application of value engineering, and then how it is applicable in various departments, be various functions, various disciplines, say in engineering, in civil and structural disciplines, in mechanical engineering, in electrical engineering, in instrumentation engineering. How do you use it in procurement, in various items of procurement, and then how do you apply it in construction field, and how do you use it in finance, how do you use it in human resource, and finally what kind of potential savings that you can get from value engineering, and how do you show that net gain doing that process. So thanks a lot to sir Mr. BC Mondal to have agreed to take the training for us, and we will request everybody to kindly participate and write down in the chat box as much as your understanding goes. That will help us to also read whether you're being able to understand what is being taught here or not. In the chat box, we have posted the pre-assessment questions, and I'll request everybody to take the pre-assessment before you join the training, so that at the end of the training you understand that how much you have learned over this 1 or 2 hours time. Mondal sir, over to you.
Mhm. Is it visible? Is it visible? Hello?
Yes, it is visible.
Yes,
sir. Go on, sir.
It's visible, sir. It's visible, sir.
Thank you to all, especially Dr. Pinaki Dattagupta for selecting this topic, and Deepsika Madam for arranging this program. I am very thankful to all of them, my seniors, Sarup Babu, and thanks to all. I am giving this lecture on value engineering and its application. I will try to say what is value engineering, what are the different steps adopted for value engineering, and especially how value engineering is applicable to our EPC engineering. In EPC means engineering, procurement, and construction. Each and every stage of engineering, procurement, and construction, value engineering can be applicable. So step by step, I am trying to explain this. What is value engineering? Just see, value engineering is a systematic, rational approach in a project for providing function at lowest cost. Also, value engineering promotes the alternative ways for materials and process at minimum cost without compromising function and quality. I mean to say that value engineering actually is a systematic approach. It's a systematic approach for, for alternate ways. Hello, for alternate ways for materials and processes at minimum cost without compromising function and quality. That is value engineering to find out the alternative path for cost reduction. Next, I am coming. What are the different steps adopted in value engineering? The first step is the step one, that is the information collection. Collecting data and getting clear understanding of the project, material, schedule, cost, drawings, and specification. That is first step is the information collection about the parameters of the project. Second is the functional analysis. Analyze the function of the elements identified in previous step and evaluate the necessity to reach the goal of the project. That is second step is the analysis of the functions that have been identified in the first step. And third step is the creative speculation. Being alternative solution for delivering necessary functions, the value engineering team brainstorms to generate the potential design solution to obtain the project functions. Now investigate the solution. That is third step is the creative speculation. That is the alternative path which have been selected. Value engineering team brainstorm to find out this value of this alternative path. And fourth step is the evaluation step. Evaluation, evaluate the alternative solutions and the team now select the best alternative. Fifth step is the cost analysis. Allocate the alternative cost today and cost at the time of the project implementation. And last step is the development stage. Development is the project alternatives with highest achievable success, project time and resources influence the action taken during this step. That is last step is the development stage. The project alternative we have already selected, evaluated and cost price, then it should be developed so that the highest achievable success. This is the application, this is the value engineering steps. Now I am coming to application of value engineering in EPC project. EPC is the first step, is the engineering step. In the engineering, there are different sections, that is process engineering, mechanical engineering, civil engineering, electrical engineering, and instrumentation engineering. First, we will say the how process engineering is applicable to process engineering. The process engineering has enormous scope for using value engineering in basic engineering stage and also in detail engineering stage. To explain the application of value engineering in process engineering department, I have selected one example so that it can be easily explained. Basic engineering stage. I have selected one chemical plant, say formaldehyde plant. It's an organic plant, basic chemical plant. So how value engineering can be applied in this process system? First step is the selection of technology supplier. There are many technology supplier in the world. So I will have to select which is the best technology regarding raw material consumption, different prices, different plant efficiency, etc. As for example, there are Luciani Italian technology supplier, German technology supplier called Vevloina. And second step is the selection of process. Same technology supplier have different processes for the same chemical plant. Just like formaldehyde plant, there are two basic processes. One process use the silver catalyst and another process use the iron molybdenum process. So we will have to which process is the best process. Third step is the heat source. One of the most important point of a chemical plant is the heat source. There are so many things can be available for the heat source like coal fired furnace, husk fired furnace, bagasse fired furnace, fluid furnace, fired heater, etc. And next step is the source of water. Most of the chemical plant consume huge amount of water, and that water can be available from the deep tubewell source, nearby river, nearby canal. Treated water can be available from softener, DM plant, reverse osmosis process, etc. Next step is how value engineering can be applied to detail engineering step. First step is the optimization of the equipment size. Care to be taken for equipment design so that oversized equipment is not designed, which will be expensive. Huh? Are you getting? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Pipeline size and material of construction. Depending on the fluid velocity, pipeline size to be designed and no oversize to reduce the cost. MOC is also an important factor. MOC of different MOCs are available like MS pipe, CS pipe, SS3045, SS3165, etc. Where you will have to check what is the actual requirement, because SS304, SS316 pipes are most costlier than MS pipes. Even SS304 is less costly than SS316. So for cost reduction, we will have to select which is the actual requirement. Similarly, in the case of MIS, 2062 is the cheaper than SA516. 2062 is the normal MS section, and SA516 is the boiler section, which is costlier than IS 2062. Then coming to the valves, there are different valves are available and can be applied in the pipelines of a chemical plant, like gate valve, globe valve, butterfly valve, etc. And if we compare the cost, butterfly valve is cheaper than other valves. So where butterfly valves can serve the purpose, we'll have to select butterfly valves, not gate valve or globe valve. And then coming another important factor is insulation. LRB mattress is generally used, which is a mineral will make insulation for insulation of the pipes, equipments, etc. Insulations can be available in different densities and cost varies depending on the density. So while calculating the insulation thickness, we will have to select the actual density so that the cost can be saved. Then coming the application of value engineering, civil and structural engineering. I have completed the application of value engineering in process engineering. Then I'm coming to civil and structural engineering. Design and material estimation should be accurate and checked carefully so that no excess materials are counted. Grade of casting, you know there are different grade of casting, say M20 grade, M25 grade, M30 grade, etc. And selection should be proper so that cost can be minimized. During the structural design, no unnecessary members, that is ISA, ISC, this angle, channel, beam, etc. plates should be selected actual requirement so that cost can be cut. And then one important thing of civil engineering is the cement and TMT. Cement grade and TMT tensile strength, structural material quality to be indicated properly. During design, these grades are to be indicated properly to avoid unnecessary expenses by using alternate process. As for example, use of super plasticizer is an ingredient with RMC. You know, RNC is the mostly used in casting. RNC, when it is used, if we add super plasticizer, as sulfonated naphthalene formaldehyde, which Himadri chemical is producing, when this is added to RNC, the important advantage of using this plasticizer is to make concrete mix with less cement but normal strength and workability. So there is a chance of cost saving by using this super plasticizer. This all are to be considered during the value engineering. Mechanical engineering. During mechanical design, the following points are to be kept in mind to use alternate materials for cost saving, like heat exchanger, boiler, economizer. When the tubes are considered for these equipments, you can use ERW tubes or seamless pipe. And if we can use the ERW pipe instead of seamless pipes, of course, without compromising the functional and quality, at least 25% cost can be saved. Second point is the use of ordinary MS plate instead of BQ plates. Where ordinary MS plates can be used, never used BQ plates. Sometimes it is found that BQ plates are used unnecessarily. If we can take the proper action for selecting the plates, we can save at least 20% cost saving is possible. use of RCC column instead of iron column for cost saving in respect of corrosion. It has been found in the most corrosive area, use of MS columns is costlier than RCC columns. So this is also a chance of cost saving. Then I'm coming to the electrical engineering section. It has been found that some consultants, contractors over-design the electrical system, and there is enough scope for value engineering without compromising any technical performance. Sometimes the alternate solutions not only save cost but also give following benefits. What are the benefits? Better system design reduces risk, better technical performance, and saving in space. So in the electrical engineering, there is huge scope of application of value engineering. To save, if we can save the over design, we can save risk, we can reduce the risk, we can reduce the space, and better performance can be obtained. And next point is the instrumentation engineering. Value engineering can also be applicable to instrumentation engineering. It has been found the size of PLC DCS system unnecessarily increases, and if it increases unnecessarily, the cost also increases. What are the reasons for increasing the cost? Actually, if we do not count IOs, that is the input output of the DCS or PLC system accurately, and if it is correct, if it is counted haphazardly, the size of PLC and DCS can be increased, that is cost also increases. So it should be calculated accurately to reduce the cost. Then coming to the control valves, similarly it has been found that there is enough scope of application of value engineering during selection of control valves. In case of line size, say in 4-inch line size, it is not always mandatory that control valve is to be used 4-inch size. It can be used 2-inch control valve or 3-inch control valve. So if we clearly calculate this control valve size, there is a chance of saving the cost. Then coming to the MOC of the instrument, sometimes it has been found that SS instead of HLIC. In most of the cases, it has been found that recommendation is use of HLIC in the instrument selection. But it is not always necessary that HLIC is to be used because HLIC is very costly material. Sometimes SS316 can be used instead of HLIC. As a cost comparison, SS316 is 300 rupees per kg and HLIC is rupees 5,000 per kg. So there is enough chance of saving cost in the instrument MOC selection. Then I am coming to the value engineering in procurement. So there is a huge scope of application of value engineering in the procurement. Collection of offers from more than one vendors helps for selection of alternative vendors for better negotiation scope and ultimately cost saving. Sometimes vendors may suggest even good alternative proposal for cost saving. In procurement function, the following scopes are there. In the value engineering can be applied in the procurement section. For this, so a number of vendors to be collected so that the different alternative suggestion can be obtained. How value engineering is applicable in the procurement section, I have tried to explain this. Suppose first procurement is the mechanical items. Mechanical important, I have discussed here only with some selected mechanical items important which are generally used. Say rotating equipments like pumps, agitators, gearbox, etc. For some functions, there are many alternative makers for cost saving option. It has been found for the same pump, different suppliers are supplying the pumps with different cost. So I will have to select the best alternative so that cost can be minimized. Similarly, for the structural materials like plates, beams, channels, angles, nut bolt, For same specification, many suppliers are available with different cost. There is also a chance of cost saving by selecting the proper vendor. Third is the pipes, pipe fittings, valves, etc. For same specification, similarly, different suppliers are available. Similarly, like insulation material, many alternative manufacturers are available for selecting the lowest one for cost saving. Then coming to civil items, the main civil items is cement and TMT. For this procurement, a lot of alternative suppliers can be available. So purchase department can select which are supplier giving the lowest cost but without compromising the quality and function. Sand, stone chip, paints, etc. also have the similar scope for cost saving, that is application of value engineering. Then coming to the electrical items, then main electrical item is procurement of motors. It has been found for the same horsepower of motor of the same make and same performance can be available with a different cost from the different suppliers. So value engineering can also be applied here. Similarly, another the main procurement of electrical items is the cable procurement. There is also different suppliers for cable supplying of different but of the same duty. So there is also a chance of application of value engineering. Then coming to the instrument items procurement, pressure gauge, RTD, level transmitter, flow meter, temperature transmitter, etc. For same specification, there are many makers and many suppliers with different rates of huge scope are there for choosing the alternative vendor for cost saving. Control valves, DCS, PLC, etc. to be procured carefully, but cost saving opportunities are also there. Then coming to the packaging and transportation, there is enough scope for value engineering by good negotiation with vendors for packing and transportation. By good negotiation, that is by application of value engineering, sometimes it has been found that packaging and transportation cost can be waived. So there is a cost saving probability. And third application is the EPC organization, engineering, procurement, and construction. In construction, some people are involved like project manager, RCM, lead engineer, supervisor, unskilled labor, etc. Each and every stage there are scope of value engineering, application of value engineering, that is cost saving. Say what is the function of a project manager for value engineering cost saving? For value engineering, good planning, times, schedule using alternative methods, bar chart in AMS project, etc. Material supply planning so that no idle period for construction. So by these things, a project manager can apply the value engineering for cost saving. Next, coming to the function of RCM, knocking to PM for, that is project manager for raw materials, machineries and manpower, approach to zero idle time. This is very important. That is cost saving using alternative procedures. If the zero idle time is maintained, then there will be a great chance of saving. Day-to-day monitoring using standard method to maintain the project completion time. Then coming to the lead engineer. Lead engineer function is to follow the drawing and implementation with cost-saving attitude using alternate method. Checking of material test report to prevent wastage due to supply of off-spec materials. It is very important. Sometimes it has been found that due to the due to non-taking proper care, some off-spec materials are supplied and ultimately these are wastage. Chance of cost saving by application of value engineering. Then coming to the supervisor function, material issue, loading and unloading, etc. can be wastage can be stoppage by using the alternate method. That is application of value engineering. Then coming to the unskilled labor, they can also participate in value engineering. How? They can also contribute to value engineering by giving their labor with positive attitude, for which time to time team meeting is required with site personnel. With their positive attitude, they can also participate in the value engineering program. Then I'm coming application of value engineering to accounting section. There is also huge scope of application of value engineering in accounting section also. In a project, initial cash flow, generally becomes very negative. In most of the cases, when a project is started, it has been found that cash flow becomes negative. Accounts department can suggest alternate method, that is application of value engineering for initial expenses, which may turn initial cash flow to positive or less negative. So accounts department has a vital role by application of value engineering to reduce the cash flow or from negative to positive. Then coming to the ROI, that is return of investment. Here also there is huge scope. Accounts department can suggest project manager for cost saving avenues in the project without compromising quality and function, and ultimate result is increase of return of investment. That is, the accounts department can guide to the project manager how cost saving can be applied, different cost saving avenues, for that is actual how the cash flow can be implemented properly. It will ultimately result the increase of return of investment. Then I'm coming value engineering application in human resource department. At the beginning of an EPC project, one vital point is the manpower planning. For manpower planning, HR department can help a lot using value engineering concept. HR can suggest many alternatives for utilization of manpower from existing manpower source or new appointment of manpower either in permanent role or contract basis depending on the future of the project. So there is a huge scope of saving money by application of value engineering from HR department. Then value engineering training. HR can arrange time to time value engineering training and evaluation either from existing management staff or by related external agencies. This is also a very vital point and important point. Then time to time training is required whether the value engineering is applied properly and continuously is used. That is, it is a continual process. Then I'm coming a picture that is the potential savings from value engineering can be seen. I have given a very simple picture. You see there are two parts, and cost saving, the y-axis is cost saving and in x-axis different cost saving parameters, that is planning analysis, schematic design, design development, etc. You see there will be two lines, one is the acceptance lines and another is the resistance lines, where acceptance lines and resistance line will cross each other. The left hand side will get the net gain of value engineering and right hand side is the net loss. So you will have to select the parameter alternate procedures for cost savings so that the cross occurred in arrow right hand side so that the net gain increases and net loss decreases. Actually, in a nutshell, value engineering can be applied in a project from concept to commissioning. Huh? So value engineering is a very vital and important thing in engineering, especially in the EPC organization, EPC project. Each and every step value engineering can show the cost saving avenues. That is ultimately the project can be profitably run or can be completed in scheduled time.
Sir, how do you move from this resistance line to acceptance line?
Hello, huh?
Sir, how can you move from this resistance line to the acceptance line?
Acceptance line is, suppose you are giving suggestions for different alternatives for cost saving procedures. Sometimes it has been found that alternative suggestions are not always acceptable. No, this is the resistance will come. Huh? So you will have to overcome that resistance by giving the proper reason, proper cost analysis, etc., etc. To get the net gain. This is the main atti- that is the main procedure application of potential saving. I have already said that there are 6 steps. No, no. First step is the identification step, then is the function analysis, then is the evaluation, then is the cost saving, last is the development. So if you see that these 6 steps will guide you how you can increase the net gain and net loss decrease.
So that anyway we do in every function, no? Like for example, you talked about procurement or you talked about finance, whereupon the cash flow has to be well defined. That they anyway do it. Why do we call it value engineering in this particular processes, sir?
Actually, value engineering is, it is value related. Value engineering is by application of engineering concept you can increase or decrease the value. So our object in value engineering, by application of engineering concept, the total project cost can be reduced. What is the main motto? The main motto is to find out the alternate of any material or services to reduce the cost. It has been found some materials can some cheaper materials or less costly material can serve the same purpose. So why not we choose the second material which is less costlier or cheaper? Finally, similarly, services also, it has been found that same service can be obtained from different contractors at different cost. So our object will be to select the contractor who can give us the best result or our required services at the cheaper cost. This is the value engineering. Not only its path, it has different analysis taken, value analysis, functional analysis, quality analysis. All analysis can be done to select the alternate path so that the ultimately object is to obtain the services or the material without compromising the quality or its function.
Okay. Like in training, how do we assess this value engineering concept?
Actually, I have given 10 questions
Right, sir.
on this topic. You can give it to the candidates or our colleagues to answer these questions so that you can get an idea how it has imparted into the persons.
So you want volunteers?
Huh.
Okay, who wants to volunteer here? Who wants to volunteer? Ornubda? Ornubda? Please volunteer. Huh? Come on, volunteer.
You can, Dipsika madam,
Sir?
somebody can also make any questions regarding the value engineering if you wants to know about this.
Anybody has any questions, sir? I volunteer, sir. I volunteer.
Okay.
Anybody else? Anybody from the engineering team, please volunteer. Shobhan Dev, Shubhankar, Anindita, Babonda, Gautamda, anybody? Pintu.
Very simple questions. I have given 10 questions on this chapter, and that can be given answer only from this topic also.
Send a mail, send a WhatsApp to you. Please check the WhatsApp and reply me.
Munal sir,
Huh?
Sudipto here.
Huh?
Can you
Well,
go to the page of procurement that this value engineering for procurement? Can you
yes.
go to that page?
Huh? Okay. I'm coming. Huh?
Yeah. You have suggested there is I think not this collection of offers. No, that earlier page was. You have suggested procurement department can take offer from more than one vendor. That is okay, but we are definitely trying to get offer from more vendors. But what it is not a. I think it is a there is a range bound vendors for the selective government lines, like EIL, like Heavy Water Board, where they have given on a specific vendor list.
Hmm.
So, is there any chance? Because for heavy water, but we can get vendor approval. That is not a problem. But for EIL is very much restricted and conservative to give any approval for fresh vendor. So, in this way, we cannot go further, no? For
Hmm.
collection of more offers from any various vendor. In some cases of EIL project, we found that there is a non-approved vendor giving lesser price, but we are unable to get approval from EIL because EIL is very much restricted or conservative. So in this way, it is a very difficult to give any value adding service for this kind of collection of offers, basically in government tenders.
Huh. Okay. I know it that in some cases, they have mentioned that you will have to remain constant with these vendors only. In these cases, one chances is there. So if you critically or analyze the functions or materials which they are supplies, you can find out that they are charging some higher charge than its actually requirement by proper analysis. Hmm. Uh, that is, as for example, I can give you an example. Say somebody else is supplying, uh, say instrument is supplying, huh? Instrument is supplying. It has been found in some cases the instrument internal materials, they can select some cheaper materials than the what is actually they are supplying. Suppose they have given the histology construction, but in your case, the chemical resistance is sufficient for SS316 or SS304. You do not require histology, but they are supplying histology, say control valve. It will be much higher or costlier. Some RTD, some transmitter, they are using histology. But your engineers can say that your histology is not required in this case. It is SS304 is sufficient. In that case, it has been found that at least 30% to 40% cost can be saved. That's why I am saying that your
No. That is a different, altogether a different. You are giving us that MOC means it is MOC means is a detail engineering of the material. That is a different. I am asking about that more vendors, number of vendors. Actually, you are mentioning that na collection of number of huge number of offers from different vendors. I am just pointing out that point. You are saying that MOC and other engineering point, that is altogether a different issue. I will also get that point also. I am just going that point also, but later on. But first of all, collection of various offer is not suitable for every order, no? For
in
okay, for private client, it is maybe applicable, or client may be some reluctant client like heavy water board, who is generally approve the vendor if the vendor is good or matching the tender specification. They can approve the any alternate vendors. But the client like NTPC, client like EIL, IOCL, they are very much conservative. Based on my knowledge, that they are not going to give any alternative vendor apart from their approved vendor list. So in this kind of vendor, it is very much difficult to get approval.
it is
Of,
it,
it is not any effective method to collection of more vendor. Okay, for your internal idea, you can take any one or two unapproved. What is the price for negotiation purpose? But for value adding service, I don't think it is a very much effective. Maybe. Was
value
my point of
engineering scope is there, but that scope is very limited scope.
very limited scope, but that's I am saying.
Limited, huh?
And for instrument item, you please go to the instrument item, because for instrument item, I want to point out some there is some range bound with procurement department, because apart from the MOC, there is a lots of engineering point or specification mentioning in the data sheet, actually required data sheet by client. There may be some transmitter range, there may be some temperature range, pressure range also there for any RTD like level transmitter, flow meter kind of things. And some point of things we may found there is a, for instrument item, majorly all are MNC. All manufacturer are big house only. For instrument purpose, for not mechanical, I'm only talking about the instrument. There is a Honeywell, ABB, Siemens, Endress, like these are the MNC vendors are there. But for say for example for RTD or some pressure gauge, products are not 100% matching with each and everybody's. That is actually for instrument item. We found that pressure gauge offered by ABB is not 100% matched with pressure gauge offered by Honeywell.
Glue or
Some, but that particular, say for example, for temperature range, ABB is giving, say for example, giving maximum temperature up to 50 degrees centigrade, where Honeywell give temperature up to 60 degrees centigrade. They may be, but for in the tender specification, if there is a mention that we require this 60 degree or 55 degree, say for example, for specification, there is a mention that temperature range is required a maximum up to 55 degrees. In that case, client is very much actually pressurizing to take the product of 60 degrees centigrade, means Honeywell product. In that case, it is happening in our heavy water board. Actually, in that case, we found that in particular this point, only Honeywell is the only approved vendor we can found, technically accepted vendor. Because their client is very reluctant to give any deviation, 5-degree deviation for this product. So how can we overcome this kind of problem in actually to selecting this kind of alternative vendors?
I am saying, as we are facing in the heavy water board,
It is an example.
these problems are arising to us time to time. Actually, there is also a chance of value engineering. So what you will have to do, suppose they are saying that we, as you mentioned, that RTD at 55 degrees centigrade or pressure gauge at such and such.
Some pressure, yeah.
what is the our duty that which we are involved with the project? We will first analyze where it is using, in which line, at which temperature, what chemicals they are using. If we can find out a point that this is actually not required, what the what the party is saying that this is our requirement and we will have must have to do. In that case, we can say them that we have by analysis, we have find out that your line temperature is such and such, your line pressure is such and such, so your up to 50 degrees centigrade this RTD will serve your surpass, and why are you demanding for 60 degrees centigrade? In some cases, it has been found that client accept that and ultimately deviation is accepted. So there is also any chance, and there are very few chances where value engineering fails. We can try by application of value engineering to reduce the cost. It is not possible. Always 100% is achievable. At least 50 to 60% achievable is possible.
Yeah, correct, correct. Actually, that means it is depending upon the client only. If it is written in the tender.
Depending upon the clients.
Correct.
There are very few clients who cannot try to understand the facts.
No,
No.
no, in heavy water will only not understand.
Ha,
Some cases they are understand. Say for example, some OPC was he is
ha,
understandable person, but like D Mojumdar and that I'm just unofficially I'm saying this name
ha.
because
Not
it is
mention
not
any name.
related.
Ha,
Correct. Some peoples are not actually accepting this. They are only insisting. No, it is mentioned in the tender. Then we have to give it. I don't,
hmm.
and we are helpless in that case. In contractually, we are helpless.
That is they have no positive attitude. Huh?
Correct, correct. That
Huh.
means it is a teamwork. It is means support required from for value engineering. Support required from client is also inevitable.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, that is okay. I am fine. I
Thank you.
understood.
Is
Anybody
there
else has any
any
more questions?
huh?
Sir, give me an example in the HR, please, sir.
Hmm.
In HR, how can I implement value engineering? Like in
Huh.
training, maybe. In training, maybe.
Huh. In the value HR, from time to time, HR can arrange a training how value engineering is application is going on. Is there any gap? Then by training that gap can be um, compromised, or compensated to the employee. So value engineering, there is the end of using this value engineering from the starting of the project to end. Value continuously applicable, continuously from time to time. Training can be arranged by HR department, just like 10 questions I have given. Similarly, you can give them say 15 questions, 20 questions with the data marks to judge how value engineering is going on, how cost saving, say 5% cost have been saved. This is also countable. In such a way, the training arrangement can be done each and every stage. That is the implementation stage, engineering stage, procurement stage, in every stage. Training or training to be arranged by the HR department. It can be done.
Okay.
It is not always required that the external agency is to be hired. It can be arranged from the existing source also.
Okay. Okay. So, organizing trainings. No, another thing that you were talking about is how in the existing manpower or new appointments by changing nature of employments and
Actually, it has been,
maximizing manpower planning.
actually it has been found some manpower planning in a project is a vital factor. What are the required manpower in and every step is first calculated at the starting of the project. Huh? So, what is the help of HR department in the manpower? The requirement is not always to be filled up by the new appointee. Always it is not required that from outside you will have to appoint, say, engineers, electricians, etc., etc. from outside. Your existing source sometimes can also fill up this gap. In that case, there is a huge chance of cost saving. No, uh, there is a cost saving in respect of manpower.
So,
It has been found in some projects existing manpower is sufficient. No external appointment is required.
so that is what demob is, no, sir?
Okay. हाँ,
Demobilization तो ওটাকেই বলে।
correct.
Hmm.
हाँ,
That we
sometimes that
plan.
found also that the permanent role power is not always requirement.
Hmm.
Depending on the future of the project, you can also in a contract basis also. In that case, there will be a cost saving also.
Okay. So it is hire and fire model of employment.
Employee, correct.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we do that a lot. Right, sir. Sir, have we come to the end of the slides?
Okay, I'm coming.
Sir, you were talking about 10 questions.
हाँ, 10 questions I have given. Can I show these questions?
Please, sir, please, please.
Okay.
And also the answers.
Hmm. Ah, ah, are you getting these value engineering questions?
Yes, sir.
Can I explain?
Please.
Ah, Actually, the first question was in value engineering, important consideration is given to there are four answers: cost reduction, profit maximization, function concept, and customer satisfaction. About the important consideration is the main one is the cost reduction. The answer is first one, cost reduction.
Okay.
Second is value is usually considered a relationship between utility and cost, profit and cost, psychology and reliability, appearance and utility. Answer will be two, that is profit and cost. It is mainly related with the value engineering.
Okay.
But there is hard was the following: system-oriented approach, multidisciplines team approach, function-oriented approach. Which of the refer to value engineering? Actually, all the three, 1, 2, and 3, all these functions related with the value engineering.
So, what is the difference between system oriented and function oriented approach?
Uh, One thing. System oriented and function oriented approach and system oriented approach. Function oriented approach means what is the actual function of this particular item, and system oriented approach is totality. On totality, a system there may be a function, but functions are individual. Then to the uh, fourth question. In value engineering, value means value value the key actually what it means. It is function cost, not inverse of cost, not in function, not inverse of what. It is function oriented.
It
Value
is?
engineering is managerial effect and individual effect, a cooperation effect of several departments. What will be the answer? Actually, it is all of the above. This is the number. Value engineering affects adversely quality, maintenance, productivity, none of the above. Actually, adverse effect কারোর উপরই নেই. None of the above. The value can be increased by decreasing cost while ensuring same level of performance, enhancing performance at the same cost, decreasing cost and increasing performance, all of the above. Answer is third, that is enhancing the performance at the same cost. Huh? This is also a part of cost saving, that is cost same রেখে আমরা performance or enhancing the performance. This is the value engineering. Then coming a fine example, in a value analysis exercise, the cost of a product has come down by 10%. This is a simple sum. 10% without any change in its quality. The product value is improved by in a value analysis experience, the cost of a product say 10% down হয়ে গেছে without any its quality change. What will be the product value is improved by? It is 10%, it is 11.11%, 10.11% or 12%. The answer is 11.11%, because V1 into C1 equal to V2 into C2. Value and cost equal to V1 C1 equal to V2 C2. If we find this V2, it is found that it is 1 by 9, that is 11.11%. The product value has improved by 11.11%, 1%. In value engineering, important consideration is given to engineering, procurement, finance, human resource, all of the above.
Sir, on the last question, number 8, how did you arrive at that 11.11%?
Can I'm saying, I am giving the answer. V1 into C1 equal to V2 into C2. That is V1 by V2 equal to C1 by C2. That
Okay.
V1 minus V2, sorry, V2 minus V1.
V2 minus V1?
One thing. First write V1 into C1, V2 C2.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
V1 C1 equal to V2 into C2. That is V2 equal to V2 is the final value. V1 in C1 C2 by C1. Sorry, V1 into C1 by C2. V1
Okay.
V1 by 0.9. 10% reduces 10% cost reduction, that is C2.9. V2 minus V1. V1 equal to 10 minus 9 by 9 equal to 1 by 9.
Oh, okay. Is 11.11%.
That is V2 by V1 equal to
1 by 9.
1 by 9. 11.1111.
11.1.
Uh,
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
there is last question is silver ornament and gold ornament. Both service totally same purpose, but gold ornament has significance due to exchange value, use value, esteem value, cost value. And number one is the answer because it has the exchange value. Generally, we always try to purchase the gold ornaments than silver ornaments. Our object is that it has a exchange value. Oh, this is one kind of value engineering also.
Sir, what is esteem value?
This is esteem value means uh, actually uh, status or like that.
Status.
Uh, Esteem value. That is, you are using the gold ornaments.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Notional value of it.
No, sir.
Okay,
These
got
are
it.
the 10 questions. There may be so many questions also.
Deepshika, no, esteem is not notional. It is called actually pedigree value. Actually called. Say for
Pedigree.
example, right now, yeah, pedigree means right now platinum. Actually, for esteem value is right now platinum is much more costlier, and
Okay.
as a say for example as a woman or as a man, if I want a platinum ring, it is much more
One is
esteemed
esteem, correct.
rather than gold. But exchange value wise, gold is much more exchangeable. Right now, whatever the gold you have purchased today, tomorrow price is different. Maybe it will be higher than something. If you going to sell it that gold ornament, you will take exactly that value only. But for silver and platinum, you cannot get that particular value.
Okay.
They
Correct.
will give us a discounted value. So gold is exchangeable. It is a value.
So,
As on that value you will get as on that value only.
correct. And exchange is very easy. No?
Exchange is
Exchange.
a value. Exact exchange value is you will get.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else has a question? If not, then we have posted the post assessment questionnaire in the chat box as well as in the emails. It has been sent to you over the emails. So, request everybody who has attended the program to kindly take the questionnaire and then take the assessment and the feedback along with it so that we get to understand the efficacy of the trading. Sir, is there anything else or should we end this here?
So, this is completed. Thank you to all for this attending this training course.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for taking out time in such a short notice. You have actually been able to prepare the value engineering training snippets for all of us, all the departments actually, and giving us examples of application of value engineering in every discipline: civil, instrumentation, mechanical, electrical, and then in procurement, in HR, in finance, and it's a good learning. I will request everybody who has attended the training to try and implement some part of the value engineering training into your daily work and write back to sir with a copy to, of course, us, letting us know that whether you have been able to do any kind of value engineering in your departments, and we will be more than happy to share that with everybody in the organization, cover it in our newsletter, and maybe we'll have some appreciations lined up for you. And if you have been able to implement anything of that sort, then whether we can enhance upon it and how do you enhance upon it, that is another chapter that is to be opened up in a later date. In today's training, a lot of people who have been in the MRM since morning has not been able to attend, and I think there's another MRM coming up from the for the engineering team itself after this training period. So we wanted to keep it kind of short and crisp, and we will request everybody who had attended to kindly take down the assessment form and fill it up and give us a feedback, and let sir know that how was the training, whether you like this kind of training, whether you want more of such trainings, and whether you will be willing to participate in such more specific kind of value engineering trainings for your department in the future. Thanks a lot, Mondol sir. Thanks for your time. Thanks for all the hard work that you have done in the last 1 week to put this together for us.
Thank you.
I have a request. I have a request to Mr.
Uh,
Mondal
uh,
and Deepshika
uh,
both. Actually,
uh,
sir, this value engineering is a very vast chapter. I know
correct.
that because I have done the courses also value for value engineering. And today you have discussed only some outline, only summary. I think so. So it
Yes.
is better that you will attend another session with some
Mm-hmm.
case study. It will be better for all of us
Okay.
Uh,
because this session is very nice. I am very much helpful to attend this class, and it will be very better that you will conduct a case study basis class so
Yes.
that everybody can understood
in future,
with
I will.
the detail. Yeah, yeah.
In future, I can explain the application of value engineering. What I have said today in a particular case. That is with example of case study.
Mm,
In a total
Sure.
project. In a total project, that will be much better.
I think so, sir.
I will
And
in
thank you, sir.
future. I will do it.
Sure, sir. Anyway, the management has asked us that today, since the MRM is going on, a lot of people could not attend. The project managers, especially who are usual in these kind of trainings and technical trainings, they will not be able to attend. So we have to anyway do another session of this, and there we can use the case study.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody. Happy learning, and you can terminate your sessions now.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.